What's up, everybody? Welcome to the final episode of FM's Funko Features. As usual, we're going to kick things off with the featured collection, and this collection here belongs to Nelly and Kane. Now, you notice here right away that they have a portrait of Kurt Cobain there, and then of course they also have some Kurt Cobain Funko Pops. Recently, I believe it's the 25th anniversary of his passing happened, so I know he's been on a lot of people's minds, and of course he's a very impactful artist. And I know that people, especially collectors, appreciate that there actually are, the Funko Pops that have been made. Just a simple way, to have a reminder of him around you. And that's one of the great things about Funko Pops. Even though, sometimes it may remind you of something that is sad, at least you do have that connection to a memory. So moving along here, we're going to get into the email here, which was actually written by Nelly. We have been collecting Pops since 2016. It's funny the way we got into them. Our girls, Allison and Bella, would always be raving about Funko Pops and mystery minis. At first, we didn't pay much attention to why they were so intrigued by Pops, so one day, Kane didn't know what to get them for their birthday, so he decided to buy the whole collection of Big Hero 6. When we received the box and opened each Pop individually, we noticed the details, the colors, and that each Pop had a unique look. So we decided to look into these cute figures, and that's when our whole life changed. LOL. And I know exactly what Nelly is alluding to here. Once you become a collector, it really does change pretty much your daily routine. You start to go to stores more often that you probably normally wouldn't go to. Even if you're just running to Walmart or Target to maybe grab like a gallon of milk or whatever it may be, you're gonna swing by and see what Pops they have in stock. So yeah, it absolutely does kind of change your mindset once you become a collector. And you see to the left here that they have a really good mix of figures here, some specialty series chase figures, convention exclusives. It's just a good mix overall. I actually wish that Nelly sent me even more pictures, because as I was looking at the pictures that she sent, I noticed that some of them were basically the same picture but just from like a different angle. So yeah, I kind of wish we saw even more of their collection and even their girls collection within these pictures. But again, I do appreciate what was sent here. So moving along with the email here, we enjoy watching horror movies and we decided to get Chucky and Tiffany Funko Pops. They were our first Pops. We collect anything from Marvel, DC, horror characters, 90s cartoon, NBA, WWE, and Kurt Cobain. Another reason why we collect Funko Pops is because it reminds us of our childhood. Kane would collect wrestling toys and action figures. I grew up collecting dolls. Those are some of our fondest memories growing up, and we can relive them through Funko Pops. And what she just said here to me is very important, because of course there are some people that like to try to criticize collectors. And for one thing, I feel like I need to point this out again. Whenever somebody comes to a YouTube channel and they criticize collectors saying, this is silly or you're too old for this, whatever it may be, for one thing, they're obviously just hating on the hobby because maybe they can't afford to get as much as what you have. They must have some interest in collecting, because otherwise they would not even see the videos. The videos would not even be suggested to them. So again, when somebody is hating on Funko collecting, just keep that in mind, especially if you are a YouTuber. Obviously they must have some interest in it, otherwise they wouldn't even see the videos at all. But I think it's very important though that people actually do hang on to part of their childhood, that they still do some of the things that they enjoyed when they were young. Because when you have adults that just focus on things that are considered adult, whether it be politics, religion, whatever it is, then you end up with tragic events like we had on this Easter Sunday, and that is the day that I am recording this. And if if you follow the news, then you know what event I'm referring to. So again, even though some people may look at things like collecting and reading comic books and different things like that, they may look at it like being childish. I think those things are very important, because when people lose sight of their childhood and the things that bring them joy, then people can end up doing some pretty terrible things. So again, for anybody that's criticizing collecting, I think they really need to take a moment and look at the positives in it. But of course, some people are just going to be hateful, and we can't really control that. We just have to do our part to keep it positive. Now, forgive me for veering off so much there. Let me go ahead and get back to the email here. It says, in the last year, we had to reduce our pops. We've given some away to family and friends. We currently have a total of 45 Funko Pops. Trying not to buy pops is hard, lol. We love collecting and I don't think we are stopping anytime soon. We thank you for the time you took into reading this email. Please keep the amazing videos rolling. You're doing an incredible job. Watching your videos helps us to de-stress after a long day at work. Thank you. And I'm really glad to hear that, that I can help you de-stress after work, because I know when I get off work, I definitely don't want to see anything serious. I tend to watch some very silly things, things that just kind of lighten my mood after work. And I forgot in the email that they did say that they reduced their collection. Still though, Nelly, I wonder if you had some images of, your collection figures that you used to have. I would still like to see those regardless. Even though this is the last episode, if you do have some pictures of what your collection used to look like, I'd still be interested to see them. You can still email those to me. And to the left here, you see, of course, they have mostly here some Marvel figures, especially some of those Venomized figures, which if you know me, I'm a big fan of those. And then they do have some NBA figures there as well, LeBron James and Michael Jordan, two of the greatest ever together. So that's very cool to see. I also like that Venom comic that they have there as well. That's something I really like to see when people have their displays set up, is that you see not just the figures, but also something else tied to those figures, whether it be comics or pictures or other types of collectibles even. It's just really cool to see that mix going on. So again, I definitely want to give a big thank you to Nelly and Kane for sharing their collection. And to the left here, you get one more picture of focusing here on DC characters, which those look pretty good together. But yeah, I really do appreciate you two for sharing your collection with us. And like I said, since this is the last episode of FM's Funko Features, this will be the last collection that I share. But from time to time, if anybody wants me to just to see what you have going on with your collection, how your setup looks, definitely feel free to email it. But like I said, I'm not going to be sharing those since this is the last episode. But yeah, I still like to check them out though, for sure. If you follow my Funko Pop concept series, then you've seen the name Travis Snow before. He tends to submit entries into those videos pretty regularly. I think he's actually been featured in most of those videos, and he won one of the contests that I ran previously. It was the Star Wars one. He did that amazing Darth Maul with the spider legs, which if you missed that video, definitely go back and check that out. Funko Pop Concepts, the Star Wars video. But yeah, he does some amazing artwork, and he also does some custom pops as well. Now, he doesn't do them to sell. I think he just does them, for his own collection. So he's not necessarily trying to promote any certain account, or, like I said, he doesn't have a shop set up or anything like that. But I still just want to share, the pops that he was nice enough to share with me, the ones that he's created here. So first of all, here he has Deku, and he refers to this as his quirk activation. And of course, if you know the character, you know that him going through learning his powers, it kind of does beat him up some. It's something that he definitely has to adjust to. And I know there is a legitimate Funko Pop, like an actual Funko Pop coming on the way that does look very similar to this. But Travis actually sent this to me a while ago. I think it was like right before Funko revealed that. I want to say it's an Entertainment Earth exclusive that looks somewhat similar to this. But regardless, I really love the way that he did the details on this, especially the lines on the face. It gives it more of that anime style. And Deku definitely looks pretty beat up here, which is fitting of the character and the struggles that he goes through learning his power and learning to control his quirk. Next up here, he has a battle damaged alien queen, which I think this might be, I want to say it could be the only time that I've actually seen this alien queen customized. I'm sure other people have done it. I just have not seen it before though. But yeah, with the battle damage here, of course, he has the blood splatter going on there, and there actually are some scratches and things in it as well. And it has that, I believe it's actually glow in the dark. If not, it it definitely seems that way. So yeah, he added some great detail to this. This is a very cool pop as well. If you own this pop, I hope that at some point you've actually taken it out of the box and really got a good look at it, because it is a very cool pop figure, and I think this battle damage actually does make it look even cooler. And then he also has here a battle damaged Mega Man, which is it's kind of surprising, to actually see Mega Man beat up in that way. But again, great detail to it, and very true to the character as well. But yeah, I think if you've never seen Mega Man quite looking that way before, it's kind of surprising to see. I actually kind of wonder how he pulled off the damage here. It looks like he might have actually because where the damage is on the side of the face, it does look like it kind of bends in some. So yeah, I'm sure he really put some work into this to make that actually look like true battle damage to Mega Man. And then the next one here, we have Childish Gambino, of course, based off of the This Is America video, which I have seen some other artists as well do some figures based off of that particular video. At first I didn't know how I really felt about that, but you know, Childish Gambino, I think he's a very open-minded individual. I don't think he's you know, bothered by people that do figures and, you know, collectibles based off of the way that he looked in that video, and even the whole memes that have come behind it. I don't think he is surprised by that at all. You know, he knows how things are. But this figure though looks very much on point. It almost makes me wonder, you know, if I should try to seek out a figure representing this video, because it definitely is one of my favorite videos. It's still very powerful. I'll say this real quick, because Coachella just passed and Childish Gambino did perform this song. I think the message does kind of get lost within a live performance, but the video is still very powerful. So, you know, just having a representation of that video, I think, is very cool. And then finally here we have Jason from Tokyo Ghoul, which I'll be completely honest, because I'm not that familiar with Tokyo Ghoul, when I first saw the images of this character, I was like trying to jog my memory and think about who this might have been, and for a while I almost thought that it was supposed to represent Eminem, because I know at one point Eminem did some like a photo shoot where he was dressed up sort of like Jason Voorhees, but he had a different outfit on. So I really wasn't sure exactly what was going on with this, but I did look up the character, you know, because I did check back in the email and Travis did name the character, so I looked up some artwork of him, and yeah, he's a very chilling looking character, you know, obviously with the blood splatter here, very intense character. And Tokyo Ghoul in general I think is very intense. I've not actually watched it, but every image that I've seen of it makes it seem like it's a very intense series. So yeah, he did a great job here with that. And I'd actually be interested, Travis, to see you actually do like a Dexter you know, custom pop, you know, the character Dexter, you know, since you obviously do well with the blood splatter. But yeah, these are just, you know, a couple of the customs that Travis shared with me, so I want to take the time to share them with you all, and definitely get some feedback what you think about these customs down in the comments. Finally here, our featured YouTuber is Funko Pops and Unicorns. Now obviously anybody that's been a part of this series, of course they are a collector, and then of course she's a YouTuber as well, and she's also a custom pop artist. So I think it's very fitting to have her featured in this final video, and I am going to go ahead and turn things over to her.
Hey y'all, I'm Caitlin from Funko Pops and Unicorns, and before we even get started, I want to say a big thank you to FM for asking me if to give a impromptu tour of my collection. One of the main reasons I started YouTube was just to finally be able to talk about this stuff to people who cared. So when he asked if I wanted to give a tour, I'm like, heck yeah, I'll do it. So before we get started, a little bit about me. I do customs on my channel. And as for my collection, it's mainly Funko Pops. I have obviously a big bunch of other crap that I collect. It's mainly DC Comics. I do love Disney and Power Rangers as well, but DC and Marvel. But DC will always be my #1 property to collect. So without further ado, let's go on with the tour. So this is probably the part you guys don't get to see in my videos. This isn't the background that I use for my video because it's the most busy. But this entire shelf is filled with Funko Pops. Most of them are kind of scattered around. I got a bunch of 2-packs there at the bottom. I got a lot of my Batman the Animated Series. You can see I got a bunch of Mystery Minis lining the shelves. And then pretty much just random, most of the time I just put them in the order that I buy them on the shelf. There are some special cases, like I have the full set of Monster High, I have most of the Ravens, I have the Conan and Sonjas, and then, you know, a couple Wonder Woman, a couple Ivy and Harleys, and then you can see the top is just filled with random crap. So we have a Storm Dwarves, a Storm Doll, because she's my favorite Marvel. We've got a giant Katana doll. So yeah, just really random stuff. And what a lot of people probably don't realize when watching my videos, I do glitter customs as well. And these Powerpuff Girls are all glitter customs that I did years ago. So again, another random display. So we're not going to go over all of that, but I do want to show you. I don't have that many signed pops in my collection, but I think this one makes up for the lack of individual pops. So we have the 6-inch Megazord, just the regular one from SDCC, signed by Tommy, Zordon, Jason, Zach, and Adam here at the side. This is definitely one of my most prized possessions in my collection. Again, not gonna go through this entire display, but I'm gonna give you guys as good of a view as I can so you can like pause the video and look if you want. I got DC Superhero Girl dolls. I got the majority of the Once Upon a Time set from Funko. Whole bunch of mystery minis, some more dolls. I love Sailor Moon. Love Sailor Moon. And some more DC Superhero Girl action figures at the top. And then right here I do have some customs that I've done. Now, I'm not a huge customizer. I don't really have the time to do a lot of customizing. I do other crafts on my channel. I do resin and polymer clay videos. One random craft video once a month I try. But these are most. That one in the back wasn't mine. I purchased that one. But these are the ones I have done. I've done Cora from Once Upon a Time, Princess Shayla from Wild Force. This is my college mascot, the Red Wolf. I have Batwoman. Excuse my throat, guys. I think I'm getting sick. And then Captain Planet. Make a goth version of Rainbow Bright that I really, really love. So those are the customs that I've done thus far, along with some random Lego and more Monster High stuff. I have an entire shelf devoted mainly to Funko Wonder Woman. As you can see, all of these are too deep in here. But I have some of the older variants as well as some of the new. I have the Chase variant. I think I actually have 2 of these. Chase variant of the very first Wonder Woman, and then a whole bunch of just Wonder Woman merchandise that I've collected. I got the rock candies on either side. That's a Cryptozoic one. I have the Dorbs ride out, and I do have the rock candy bombshell prototype, if you can see it with the light. I am not a collector of prototypes at all, but it was Wonder Woman and I couldn't resist. And here's just another small array of different Funko items, as well as some other just random stuff I have. I did get Fanatic of the Week once, a few years ago. I have some pops out of box, because they look too cool not to be out of box. So, but I got some more valuable, let's put it that way. They're only valuable if there's something that you would consider paying that much for. That's the way I look at it. If it's valuable to you to pay that much, then it's valuable. If it's something that you said, no, I would only buy that if it's like $5, then obviously it's not valuable. But I got Rudolph, Crypto, I got the Crypto and Ace Dorbs 2-pack. I think that was Emerald City, wasn't it? Yeah, last year. The Batman Ace the Bat Hound one. Then all the rest of this is pretty much just random Funko items that I didn't have room for anywhere else. Except for down at the bottom is the second wave of the Wetmore Forest. And then this is my favorite area in the house. As you can see, I got random crap hanging everywhere. But this little area here is my favorite just to look at. Here in the middle, you can see I have the Hot Girl pop that came in the DC Legion of Collectors box. If there's one thing I wish I changed about my channel, it's just when I started it, because I wish I'd started soon enough that y'all could have seen me unbox this. Because I'm sure my face was priceless. Because I stood there frozen for about 5 minutes just staring at this thing. I was like, oh my gosh, they finally made her. So since then I put like little bitty Hot Girl figures. You can see a Lego, a Hero Clicks, Mystery Minis all around it. You can see the bombshell ones, the sepia and the regular. This is the Hot Girl from New York Comic Con 2016. And below it is the prototype of that one that I got from Fanatic of the Week. When you win Fanatic of the Week, they do give you a proto. And never mind the 2 Baymaxes in there, I just needed a place where the paper wouldn't get destroyed. They're blind bag figures. And I do have some of my rides out of the box. I got the Wonder Woman Pop, the action figure. That one's also from Funko. It came in the same box as the Hot Girl. Then I got the Dorbs over here, as well as more Lego. And then across here I got some more, not really more valuable, but ones that I really enjoy looking at. So we have the Deadpool on Unicorn out of box, because you have to free the unicorn. That's a rule. So we have the White Ranger signed by Jason David Frank, the red chrome Batman, Hades Chase, go over the Hot Girl. We have the glow-in-the-dark Maleficent, the Superboy original, and then the SDCC Regina from 2015. Martian Manhunter's out of the box because his box was destroyed. And then we have Hercules on Pegasus because Pegasus is so cool. So those are the main parts of my collection. There are definitely more. Unfortunately, most of my Funko Pops are in a bit of storage areas because I just don't have the room to display them like I want to yet. I am moving soon, so hopefully I can find a way to properly display them. But until then, I make do with what I got. So thank you all for watching. Thank you again, FM, for letting me come on here and give an impromptu tour of my weird, crazy collection. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember, like always, it's a community and not a competition. I'll see y'all later. Bye.
You heard Caitlin say there it's about community, not competition. I love that she always says that because I completely agree with that. When it comes to collecting, some people can get kind of competitive and very cutthroat at times, even to make sure that they get what they want first and foremost. And even when it comes to YouTube, some people are very competitive, but I definitely like to have a community focus, and that's why I did this series all together. And Caitlin, you know, Funko Pops and Unicorns, I'm really glad that you were able to be a part of this. Now, I do want to be clear before I wrap things up here. Well, first of all, let me give thanks again to Nelly and Kane, Travis Noah, and Funko Pops and Unicorns for being a part of this, and everybody else that, you know, submitted collections, and, you know, all the custom artists and YouTubers that submitted videos and pictures and all of that. I really do appreciate all of you for being a part of this series. And I do want to be clear as well, though, that this doesn't mean that I'm completely done with sharing, you know, basically giving shout outs to custom pop artists and shout outs to YouTubers. I will still do that here and there within my like unboxing videos, and maybe sometimes even in Funko News videos. You know, there'll be some shout outs here and there. As far as featured collections, I'm not going to focus on that so much anymore, but every once in a while, you know, like for my intros to Funko News, you might see some pictures that I may have come across, or pictures that may have been sent to me that I might share, you know, within those intros. So yeah, it's not like I'm giving up on doing those things altogether. I'm just not going to have this series going on anymore. And the reason why is because I mentioned in previous videos that this series was basically about how much it got supported, because of course I can't do this series without, you know, the support of people sending in pictures and videos. And unfortunately, there's been a lot of people recently that I've reached out to that I've not heard back from. So that's what kind of made me feel like this series has run its course. It's not about the work, because I don't mind putting in the work to the series at all. You know, I really enjoy working on videos, so it's not about that. But like I said, the support is kind of waned some, so I feel like the series has basically run its course. But of course, the videos are still going to be on my channel. I have put together a playlist. If you missed any of the FM's Funko Features videos, you can go back and check those out, and maybe you'll learn about some YouTubers and custom artists that you'd want to, you know, get to know or check out their work, you know, or follow their channel. So definitely check those out. Like I said, there is a playlist to make those easy to find. And again, like I said, I really have enjoyed doing this series, and I really appreciate everybody that did get involved with it. And I will continue to try to support other community members as well, because that is very important to me. And I gotta say this real quick. I know that there's been some people, especially lately with the, you know, the growth of my channel, some new subscribers that feel like I should just focus on Funko News. I think that would be, well, I'll just say it this way, to be blunt about it. I think it's very selfish when people say that just because that's all that they want, that they think that's all I should focus on. But no, I am a community oriented person, so I will continue to basically, you know, support the community in the different ways that I can. And also on my channel, I do want to focus more so on doing collectible reviews, and also doing hunting videos. And you know, there's still going to be plenty of content, so be on the lookout for those videos. But one more time, I gotta say big thank you to everybody that participated in the series. big thank you to everybody that supported this series. I really have had fun with it, and I will talk to you all again real soon.